Welcome back to the channel Numismatics Hub. If you're new here, get ready for jaw-dropping stories from the world of coins, because today's mystery could be hiding in your pocket right now. What if I told you that 3 ordinary-looking pennies, or in this case, a single tiny dime, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Sounds unbelievable, right? But trust me, after watching this video, you'll be double-checking every piece of loose change in your house, your car, and maybe even that old dusty jar in grandma's attic. Let's talk about a coin that most of us overlook every single day, the 1975 US Roosevelt 1 dime. Yep, the little 10-cent coin featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt, first introduced back in 1946 to honor his legacy. Millions of these dimes were minted in 1975, but there's a twist. A twist so rare, so wild, that one version of this dime became a numismatic legend. Let's rewind a bit. In 1975, the US Mint was gearing up to release a special new design for the upcoming 1976 bicentennial celebration. That meant all the special coins to commemorate America's 200th birthday had to be prepared in advance. But here's where it gets interesting. During the chaos of preparing these special coins, a few 1975 Roosevelt dimes were accidentally struck using proof dies intended for the 1976 dimes, without the special bicentennial markings, and without a mint mark. These were supposed to be proof coins minted in San Francisco, which normally carry an S mint mark. But the ones we're talking about? They had no mint mark at all. That made them look like they were from Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark at the time. But the way they were struck, shiny, sharp, and mirror-like, screamed San Francisco proof. The result? A bizarre, unintentional, and incredibly valuable error. Only 2 confirmed examples of the 1975 Roosevelt dime with no S mint mark have ever been found. That makes this coin ultra-rare. A true unicorn in the coin world. Now let's talk about errors for a second. Because sometimes, mistakes are what make a coin priceless. You see, not all valuable coins are old. Some are valuable because something went wrong during the minting process. Take a double die obverse, for example. That's when the die used to stamp the coin shifts slightly, creating a shadowed or doubled image, especially noticeable in the lettering or date. Collectors go nuts over these. Then there are off-center strikes, where the coin blank isn't aligned properly, and you get a coin with part of the design missing. The more dramatic the off-center, the higher the value, especially if the date is still visible. And don't forget proof errors, when something goes wrong during the production of special collector coins that are supposed to be perfect. A single flaw in a proof coin can make it far more interesting to collectors than a normal one. Now let's get back to the 1975 US Roosevelt dime. This wasn't just a regular coin with an error. It was a proof coin that escaped into circulation, without the mint ever realizing it until years later. Only 2 people have ever come forward with one. That's it, too. One of these dimes was reportedly discovered by a sharp-eyed collector while examining a 1975 proof set purchased directly from the US Mint. Imagine the heart-pounding moment of realizing what you're holding in your hand, a tiny 10-cent coin that no one was even supposed to have. At first, even experienced collectors were skeptical. Could it be a fake? A hoax? But no, after extensive testing, grading, and authentication, it turned out to be absolutely real. So what's the value of such a rare find? Here's where your jaw might drop. This coin can be worth anywhere between $40,000 to $295,000 depending on its condition. That's right, a dime, worth almost $300,000. All because of one tiny missing mint mark and a freak accident at the mint. And who knows? You might have a treasure sitting in your house right now. It's not just about this dime either. There are other coins with similar quirks. A 1982 no mint mark Roosevelt dime. A 1969 S double die penny. The list goes on. The key is knowing what to look for, and taking the time to look. So before you dump that jar of change into a Coinstar machine, take a second to dig through it. You never know, your next grocery run might just be paid for by a lucky coin worth more than a brand new car. If this story has you racing to your change drawer, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Numismatics Hub, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any more incredible coin mysteries, hidden gems, and real-world treasures. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next dime be the one that changes everything. You're in for a treat today, because we're diving into a coin that's so small, so ordinary, and so often ignored. yet some rare versions of it are worth more than a brand new car. What if I told you that 3 pennies, or even just a single dime, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Yep. That handful of loose change in your kitchen drawer might be holding onto a tiny treasure. Today, we're talking about the 2014 P. Roosevelt 1 dime, a coin you've probably spent without a second thought. But trust me, after hearing what we've uncovered, you'll be flipping over every dime you come across. Let's set the stage. The Roosevelt dime has been part of American currency since 1946. It was introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death, and it replaced the Mercury dime. Over the years, its design has remained mostly unchanged. Roosevelt's profile on the front, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the back, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The 2014 Roosevelt dime, minted in Philadelphia, marked with a small p on the obverse, was part of the standard mintage that year. Millions were struck for everyday circulation. But as always with coins, it's not about quantity, it's about quality and error, and that's where this story takes a turn. While most 2014 P dimes are completely ordinary, a very small number were struck with shocking errors, and these rare mistakes have turned pocket change into collector's gold. Let's talk about some of the potential errors that made certain 2014 P dimes so valuable. First, we have double die obverse errors. Imagine the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust, appearing to have a shadow or doubling effect. It's subtle, but when you spot it, it's unmistakable. These doubling errors happen when the coin die strikes the design slightly out of alignment, often during high-speed production. They don't occur often, but when they do, they create a small batch of coins that are instantly more valuable. Then there's the off-center strike. This one's easier to spot. The design looks like it's been pushed to one side, with a portion of the coin left blank. The more off-center the strike, the more dramatic, and the more valuable, the coin becomes. But here's the twist. If the date is still visible while the strike is clearly off-center, collectors go wild for it. And let's not forget proof errors. Now, 2014 proof dimes were struck with extra care, usually at the San Francisco Mint, and they were never intended to circulate. But if one of those ultra-shiny, mirror-like coins ended up in regular pocket change, or was struck with an error like missing mint mark or inverted features, it instantly becomes a high-demand collectible. Now picture this. A casual coin collector in Ohio is sorting through change after a trip to the grocery store. A 2014 P dime catches their eye. At first, nothing unusual. But on closer inspection, they notice that Roosevelt's profile looks a little blurred. They look again. The letters seem thicker. Strange. They grab a magnifier, and there it is, a clear doubling on the obverse. They just found a double die 2014 P dime. Now imagine their heart racing as they research it, only to discover it's one of the few known examples in excellent condition. And its estimated market value? You won't believe this. This coin can be worth anywhere between $23,000 to $171,000 depending on its condition. That's a 10-cent coin, potentially worth more than some people's college tuition. What makes it even more thrilling is how easily these rare errors can be missed. They don't scream at you. You have to really look, which means there could still be more of them floating around, sitting quietly in your pocket, your car console, or the change you get back from a coffee shop. The value of these coins didn't just explode overnight. At first, they were worth a few $100s when collectors first noticed the rare errors. But as more people realized how few existed, demand shot up. Suddenly, coin shows, auction houses, and even eBay saw bidding wars over 2014 P Roosevelt dimes with verified errors. The better the condition, the higher the price. Especially for uncirculated or mint state examples. Even today, experts believe more of these error coins could be hiding out there, just waiting to be found by someone sharp enough to notice what others missed. And maybe that someone is you. So what should you be looking for? Grab your change jar and check your dimes. Look for any signs of doubling on the letters or date. Off-center designs where parts of the coin look uneven, dimes that look extra shiny and smooth, which could indicate a misplaced proof coin, missing mint marks, which are extremely rare and highly valuable. If you spot anything strange, don't toss it. Get it checked by a professional coin grader or numismatist. It could be your lucky break. So, before you let that spare change sit in a drawer, ask yourself, could one of these tiny coins be the key to a small fortune? Because the truth is, Valuable coins aren't just hiding in ancient collections or buried treasure, they're out there, circulating every day, right under our noses. If you enjoyed this mystery and want to uncover even more surprising coin facts, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Numismatics Hub, and smash that bell icon so you never miss a hidden gem. Now go check your change, and who knows? You might just be holding onto a $171,000 dime.